This is your host, the Apostle Reuben, with another short Bible lesson. Now we're addressing self-willed. Self-willed. Let's begin. 2 Peter 2:10. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despise governments. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. So we're taking a look at this self-willed. Before we go any further, brothers and sisters, self-willed, abstinently doing what one wants in spite of the wishes or orders of others. Now, let's do this the right way. Let's read one again. Abstinently doing what one wants in spite of the commandments or orders of God. That's what it is saying. Doing what you want in spite of what God said. This is where you'll find that these men in the Sunday Christian church. You cannot find Sunday worship in the Bible. You cannot find Easter being kept in the Bible, Christmas being kept in the Bible, Thanksgiving being kept in the Bible, Bird Day, Cat Day, Dog Day, Tree Day, Desk Day. They can't be found. So Christianity is a so-called religion of self-will. Let's go back up. Self-will. Abstinently doing what one wants in spite of the commandments or orders of God. Let's go back up. Self-willed. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. But I want to take a look at that word presumptuous. What is presumptuous are they? Psalms 19:7. I'm starting here, but I'm going to drop down. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise and simple. I started here because I wanted to let you know that this is addressing the law. You can read it on your own leisure. But I'm going to drop down to verse 11. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. The commandments, you keep the commandments, you're going to get rewarded. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults or sins. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. See, when Peter said presumptuous are they, while David is asking God through Christ to keep him from presumptuous sins, a lot of people like to be in presumptuous sin. Let them not have dominion over me, then I shall be upright. You can't be upright in sin, but this man teaches you can be upright in sin. See, that's self-willed. Let them not have dominion over me, then I shall be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. We're going to go into what that great transgression is. Christ mentioned it in Matthew 12. But let's go back up to Titus. I want to get, because I've been on this, I want to go to Titus 1. Titus 1, verse 7. Now watch what Paul says. For a bishop must be blameless. Blameless. Let's Luke 1. Luke 1, verse 6. And they are John the Baptist's parents, Elizabeth and Zacharias, were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless. Blameless means without sin. John the Baptist's parents were walking in all God's laws without committing sin. Flesh was doing it. Oh, the Christian, see, an example of self-will from these people. Oh, no one was able to fulfill the law. That's why Christ had to come. Self-willed. Look at, you pair, here is two humans walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. And in case you didn't see, brothers, let's go to Ephesians. I have to do a little short on this. Ephesians 1, verse 4. According as he hath chosen us, the us is the children of Israel, in him from before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame. That blame is sin before him in love. You're to be without blame. Blame is sin. You cannot have sin and be in the love of Christ. Without blame means blameless. So let's go back to Titus. These Christians, it's a self-willed religion. And that's why, brothers and sisters, so many women like it. It teaches them to have the will of self. And that's what they want more than anything. Let's go back to the Bible, Titus. Let's go back to Titus. Titus 1 and verse 7. For a bishop must be blameless, without sin. As the steward of God, not self-willed. That Paul said you're not supposed to be self-willed. Not soon angry. Not given to wine. No striker. Nor given to filthy lucre. These pastors have been doing this for decades. They've been given to filthy lucre. And they are in sin. See, Sunday Christian church being self-willed will tell you that we can worship God and keep Easter, Christmas, baby day, dog day, cat day, bird day, tree day. But when we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, I know I read this. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Thanksgiving, that's not in the Bible. Christmas, that's not in the Bible. Mother's Day, that's not in the Bible. Valentine's Day, that's not in the Bible. Halloween, that's not in the Bible. None of the worships are in the book, but they like to profess Christ. This false image they've made in honor of themselves. This you do all this, you're worshiping this Christ. But the Christ of the Bible, no. He doesn't play that. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. You can't do both of them. That's why Christ said in John 6, verse 38, for I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. Christ didn't come to do his own will. He wasn't self-willed. Christ was not self-willed. And we know, Paul confirmed this. This is where the will of God is. Romans 2:18, Romans 2:17, behold, thou art called a Jew, and restest in the law. That's where the rest at. And makest thy boast of God, and knowest his will. We're going to find out what his will is, and approvest the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law. Because that's where the will is. It's in the law. That's why we know Christianity is a self-will religion, because they break the law.